You're listening to Jim and James Chew the Cud.
When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo?
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Robbing biological urges.
You're crazy, son. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You're listening to Jim and James.
Welcome to episode 214
What a number.
of Jim and James Chew the Cud. Your birthday.
Well, my birthday, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Is that from us? Yeah, all of the
Chukery.
all the chews.
Yeah.
Big up for the
The
chews.
Chuligans.
We're a big fan of the
The
chews.
Tuniacs. The Tunics. Actually, no.
Tunics?
That's a thing already.
If you can think of a name for our fans, like Gaga has monsters,
Yeah.
I guess.
You see that tweet she posted? It was like a boy who was disabled.
No.
And she was like holding him up.
Yeah.
And she was like, I love my little monsters. And someone goes, you really shouldn't call him that. Because he was like fully...
That's more of a comment on the person seeing that picture, isn't it? Do you think they're a monster?
But yeah, they are.
What the...
They're a fan of Lady Gaga.
Oh, okay,
so,
yeah.
they are a monster.
Sounds like a euphemism, doesn't it?
Not really, no.
No, to be a fan of Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, that definitely is, yeah.
You know, it's what you'd call, like...
You're batting for
Yeah.
kind of West Indies.
The West Indies?
I don't know why I said West Indies.
Is that a thing?
Oh, you bat for some other team.
Did you do anything to celebrate Remembrance Day?
I played Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, I got a massive kill streak.
Yeah.
During the 2-minute silence. Because it's about time everyone else paying their respect.
They stopped playing.
They stop playing, I put their pads down, they salute. I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm going to shoot you all.
To be fair, that's probably what I would have done in the war. I was shopping a couple of years ago on Remembrance Sunday. I'd forgotten it was Remembrance Sunday. And was in the Tesco's in town doing my shop.
Yeah, well, big one and small one.
Little one. Little.
So like Sidwell Street Tesco's.
No, even further down.
Oh, so like the...
High Street.
The medium size, like...
The Metro.
Yeah.
The Metro.
No, that's not a Metro.
Is that not a Metro?
The Metro's the one at this, like next to the Odeon.
Yeah.
And that's where you go to get your food before you go to the Odeon.
Yeah.
And your drinks. And
Yeah,
get your meal deal. Or whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, frozen food.
If you don't get the meal deal, it's probably false value, isn't it?
Well, if you, I mean, that's right, you will often pick up a cup of coffee, which is like $2.80.
Yeah.
And I would always say,
every
every time I would say to you, you might as well get a sandwich or something. You know, get a meal deal because you're basically paying 50p more.
Yeah.
Or
Money's not a
20p
problem.
more. I was once caught out on a meal deal
Yeah.
because my own greed. I didn't kind of choose to look at which was in which section.
Right.
And I'd picked like a pasta pot, you know, quite an expensive one if you bought individually. I then saw there were samosas, and I assumed
That's a side.
that the samosa would be a side.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it turns out it wasn't. So I ended up paying. So I got a meal deal, and I paid for an extra mains as well. And it knocks off the cheaper mains as well.
Oh, so
I ended up paying like £3 or £4 extra for something which I thought I got. And it turns out the large samosas, which are like the size of half a sandwich, are classed as a main.
So you'd gone from not being able to believe your luck, thinking you've got a giant samosa.
Yeah. Oh, no, I really was. Oh, this is a great bargain. This is a great deal. I'm going to tell 20 friends about this. And instead I've told millions of chuligans.
Yeah.
Or tulips.
Well, when I was in the supermarket and it was the moment of silence, I continued to shop because I'm not talking. But it was just during when it was weird to go into shops because of COVID. Like it was all like one-way systems. The guy came over and actually stopped me from picking up the sandwich or whatever that I was going to get. Probably not a sandwich, probably a cup of coffee, iced coffee.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
You should have told him you were a
veteran.
You're a veteran.
Yeah.
Saluted him, and Goose stepped out of it.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
I worked in retail. You know, I say I'm a veteran of retail. You don't have to do this.
Like when Wilco's, you know, shut his stores across the country and in Exeter. We've got news on that as well.
What's your Wilco? Do you want to do your Wilco news?
Well, I could do, but they were like classing themselves as veterans and up there with nurses for like their work to hard. And Wilco's is a good shop, but at the same time, it's a shit of Woolworths.
And that's quite a thing to do.
Right, yeah,
I like as a kid, Woolworths is banging.
Yeah. Wilco's was kind of a bit dull, a bit grown up, but also a bit like the toys were all like knockoffs and
and it was entirely staffed by what I think were either old women, people that had been to prison, or retards,
people who were very heavily disabled who wouldn't know how to scan it self.
Because now you've got a self-scan. You don't need to worry about them eating it.
Speaking of that, I've also got news. I'll go back to Walker News in a moment.
Yeah. I'll put a note down.
I have news on everyone's favourite cinema worker, who's in the Odeon, who's a young Chinese lad.
Who?
A young Chinese lad who works in the Odeon on weekend mornings. He has Down syndrome.
Yeah, his name's who?
Oh
no,
but no,
I have no idea who.
But he is
genuinely who you're talking
he's lovely. The first few days, he was
why would that be surprising?
No, when I first went in there, he was like getting quite angry because I had pressed the QR code to make it larger, which I thought would help him scan it.
Yeah,
he was like, no, don't do that. But then he's got the hang of using those scanning units. And last time I was in there, I was scanning my QR code and it wasn't working. And he went into a tirade of swear words. It's like, fuck this shit, fuck that, fuck me. It was brilliant.
Is that how he said it?
Yeah, exactly like that. And
it'd be funny if he said it.
And I wanted to like send an email to the Odeon and say, "Oh, yeah, you got one of your workers. He's brilliant. Yeah. He swore. He's passionate. Shows he's passionate." But I thought probably best not to.
Why?
Because I don't want him to lose his job.
Why would you not just? So you actually wanted?
I considered it.
At one point, you were angry enough.
No, I wasn't angry.
I
wasn't angry. I was so impressed.
Especially disabled minority.
I was so impressed with his passion. I wanted to commend him, but I thought his passion was swearing loudly.
Why not just say thank you for your employee who was really passionate about film?
I couldn't have done that.
I didn't catch his name, but I can narrow it down for you if you want.
But yeah, back to the Wilco news. Have you
Wilco
heard
news?
Have you heard the Wilco news?
No, let's bring it in. Bong.
Wilco news.
Yeah.
Well, you know how we thought it had gone.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
No.
It's coming back.
Right, like disco.
Yeah, and the first two and right wing racism. It's coming. Yeah, it's
that
coming
never
back.
went away.
It's coming back, but it's acceptable now. It's coming back to 2 stores initially before Christmas, and that's Exeter and Plymouth.
Wow, and that's near us.
So we're getting Wilco's back. I can start buying my Source shower gel from there again.
They have to give back all the money that people like? Because there were a lot of GoFundMes not Kickstarters.
They should do, or maybe not pay them for a first couple of months.
Just be grateful for.
I'm guessing it'll be the same staff. Because there's a pool of them.
I don't know. Maybe a lot of people were like, damn, I missed an opportunity to work at Wilkinson's.
Or they saw like these guys are respected.
That line of retail.
These guys are respected by people once it's closed. I like to do that.
They're gonna have to take down all the sad videos.
And they are true heroes, yeah. Or need to say reverse them all.
I mean, I think it's good because
it's like
it is a budget shop,
and
it hits that gap between Poundland, and a normal shop.
Yeah.
Because money's tight.
I'm
thinking about this. I thought of a way that we could save a lot of money.
How is that?
Well, do you know how much money the Team GB get this year?
£20 each?
Not £20 each. I'm going to blow your mind. It's more than £20.
You're going to blow me?
No, it's not a special birthday.
So, yeah, that's next year.
They pay £241 million.
Is that all?
Is that all?
No, I mean, that is actually mental.
6 million of that goes to judo.
But I could buy like a couple of missiles.
100% it could. It could buy more than a couple of missiles.
I mean, those missiles, we could
could buy a drone.
Yeah, we could buy many drones. We could then attack a country.
And we wouldn't even have to feel bad about it.
No,
they're just people on a screen.
Yeah. And people like play games. Like, we've got a friend, I won't name them, but they currently work manning phone lines for emergency services.
Oh, friend of the pod.
Friend of the podcast, Leon Baker. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, we'll name him. Sorry, Leon Baker.
Leon Baker is a known entity.
But
he insisted that we use his name.
His ideal job would be like a drone operator and full address.
No, because he'd still have to work.
No, but he'd be like at home,
just
in his bedroom, in his dressing gown, in his head playing like Overwatch.
Yeah,
his COD would be too kind of pop for him.
If you could put an overlay on it that made it Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. And he would just be like, just destroying, wiping out villages en masse and performing a one-man genocide. He wouldn't even know. But also,
he's like, he's the person that, the film, is it War Games?
Yeah.
Where he plays a video game and he accidentally unleashes nuclear Armageddon.
Yeah.
When he realises he tries to stop it, Leon wouldn't.
No, he would
Leon
carry
Baker
on.
wouldn't.
No,
Leon Baker.
Genocide enabler.
But I was thinking what we could just do is half even if you just half the number of sports that are given Olympic funding, that's what 120.5 million.
I mean, what would you take out any sports or?
Yeah, well, there's a few here.
The mass culling.
There's a few here. Olympic archery. I would say it has to have some sort of use in a wider
modern kind of
society. Well, no, just a skill, and not a skill like I can throw this thing.
You're say archery could be a skill.
Archery, yeah, I think archery is important. So I'm saying archery, yes.
Oh.
Olympic dressage, no.
So yeah, horse dancing.
Olympic football, yes.
It's cool. It's more
and
football
because
season.
It's one of the only ways that someone of a lower working class and minority can reach fabulous wealth.
And also watch them.
Olympic badminton, no.
Jesus, cunts playing it.
Here's a couple for you. Paralympic swimming or Special Olympic swimming.
I'd keep them both in, I think.
Keep them both in.
Both in.
I think you could argue that even just removing one would probably reduce a lot of drowning deaths.
I mean, I think you need to check the stats on that, or lifeguards and stuff.
Yeah, but I think
there's been a lot of drownings at the Olympics.
I think statistically, you're more likely to drown the fewer limbs you have.
Maybe like before the Olympics, but we're not talking about that. Because you're talking about just taking your
That's
game
fair.
away completely.
Fine.
For me,
skateboarding.
No, taking it away.
You take away, okay? Because the other one is Special Olympic wrestling.
Right, cool, keep it in.
You gonna keep that in?
Yeah,
excellent. I think they'll do that for free.
Well, no, I mean, from what my reasoning behind it is, if you can do it in a park, or like you did it, like in a playground in a park, not like a proper sports arena, but you can you can do it. You can go down your local park and do it, or
then it's a sport.
Then it's a game.
Yeah,
and games shouldn't be in. But
so
on that
football,
same basis,
basketball, dogging.
No, I mean football is different.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's cool.
Football isn't just a sport, is it? It's the national pastime.
We can work on that. Might some kind of rules to change or But I mean, it'll be either basketball or netball, not both.
You don't need
maybe
both.
Maybe have each year have a different
like baseball and rounders, one or the other.
Softball,
or
just be.
I think that's a good idea actually. Just prime core concept sports because tennis, squash, and badminton.
And also, if it's elitist,
we'll
take that out. Unless it involves
what's an elitist sport for you?
Horse riding.
Any
horse-based sport, any sport means you need to get a subscription to play it. So like tennis, squash,
why do you need
badminton,
a subscription to play tennis?
Because you don't have a court in your own home, so you need to
there's parks with tennis courts in them,
but not many. Not down here.
There's not enough. You're getting rid of all.
And generally, and you got to pay for them. So
you don't have to.
You should do.
Okay, yeah.
This is why the council is so underfunded here, Jim, because you're taking advantage of all the sports free of charge.
And I think so. There's going to be no sports left if you remove that. They cost money.
It would just be ones. Initially, ones which are like, ones which cunts play. That'd be a better way of saying.
Rugby.
That'll go, I think.
You're going to get rid of rugby.
Or I'd make it rugby, but more violent, so it's more likely to have serious injury.
Like Australian rules.
Aussie rules football, yeah. Like balls there.
Balls left, right, and
there's
centre.
There's a player there, and there's a fight here, fight over there, fight in the crowd, and it's all cheering. I once watched an Aussie rules football match in Australia.
Did you enjoy it?
I think so. I was about 10. I don't even remember it. But it was your West Coast Eagles, who are a Perth team, against the Essendon Bombers.
Yeah.
Which now you wouldn't be able to call them the Bombers because of like terrorism.
But that's only an issue if they're from like Baghdad or something.
It's far too woke now. You can't say what you want to say. There was a bloke on phone up LBC speaking of that, and he was very irate about the Remembrance Sunday or Remembrance Day kind of marches.
Yeah.
So irate, he went on a counter march to protect the statue, which wasn't under any kind of direct threat. He then told the radio host that he's a good guy, works on the trains, and his friend got arrested, but doesn't know why. In the next sentence, he then advises that, in his words, he meant to say Palestinian, I think, but stopped after 4 letters. And the first one was a P, and then there was like an A, and there was other letters which make
pale.
No, it was like another.
First 4 letters of Palestinian.
Yeah, we would have expected that, but he didn't. He didn't say that.
Right. He said
like
what?
People from Pakistani or origin, but in a shortened term. And he kept correcting himself, saying I'm not racist.
Right.
he then said that his friend got arrested because he punched a Pakistani. Yeah, he punched one of them.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's why.
I'll bleep it out.
That's
You
why.
don't need to skirt
I think that's
around
why
it.
you got arrested. I've heard your recording with Leon where he said a
was-
disgusting thing,
Look,
which
I
he didn't say. You just edited.
I didn't realise that went out. In all fairness, that was one of those little jokes for me that I do and then edit out. But I forgot to. I do apologise. Also, the National Lottery gives millions in funding. I think you can just get rid of one. They give away to charities like I found one was Friends of the Wall of Edinburgh. Get rid of that.
That's too kind of
local.
local.
Save the Children. Yes, no problem
No,
with that.
no.
Yeah.
I think all charity.
Right.
should-
Intercity Library or ILC's Learning to Read
Yeah, that's good.
or
good.
Ethiopian British Famine Relief.
I think
get rid
learning
of
to
one.
read. I'm going with
Are you keeping
learning to read.
learning to read?
Yeah, because that's a good life skill.
Yeah.
Which you then also enable people to know how to eat and how to make food.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Well,
Yeah.
combine the two. Teach the Ethiopians.
Teach them cookbooks,
That's a great idea. All they can do is talk in 5-minute recipes.
but better to make nice pasta.
My brother bought a sex doll.
Yeah, I mean, apparently it was by accident. He's now living in a hotel on the A12
with a sex doll.
with a sex doll and not his 3 children or his wife.
Okay.
No, he claims he bought a Halloween kind of like body bag sort of thing to have outside to scare the kids. When in fact when he got it home, like Christmas, he unwrapped it. So again, why would you do that? It's meant to be in the body bag or the a shroud.
Yeah.
He unwrapped it and sent me photos of basically just a blow up sex doll. There's no holes in it though, so you couldn't actually fuck it. But you could come on it.
You could.
You could, but you couldn't come inside her.
No.
Only on her.
Good.
But-
Do you know what? I think we're 18 minutes in. I think that's the first sexual reference. That's not bad at all. So, why would there be a blow up sex doll inside a bag?
I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine they had a pretty surplus. Because it's like the time when I
know you've bought
dolls.
Yeah, you didn't.
They were of a higher end sex doll, a bit more
They had holes in them.
they had
didn't
skeletons as well, so you could
Yeah, yeah.
stuff and do all sorts of things.
There was talk that those were just corpses.
And they had like eyeballs, which not worked, but looked
Squishy.
looked real.
Yeah. They go red
a
if you
neck
come in them.
Yeah, like a neck which you could put your hands around if you wanted to get
Yeah.
the throttling.
Okay.
sort of
Yeah.
action. But
I don't think any of that was discussed when you first told that story.
But I mean, I did have a surplus. And I'm guessing that's where this.
Yeah, I mean that's 2, isn't it?
This
Really?
factory had a surplus of their cheap, inferior sex dolls.
Yeah.
And then just wrap them
Was
up.
there was no hole in the mouth area?
Actually, might have been.
See that? I mean,
I will ask him.
how long did it? If that happened, if again, I know you accidentally ordered sex dolls before, but if they'd been, you accidentally ordered some sex dolls now,
Yeah.
and you opened them up and they were like, you've opened one, send the other 9 back, you keep the other one. Do you fuck it? Have you ever used a sex doll?
I have
Have you ever used a flashlight?
not done that either.
That does not appeal to me in any way, shape, or form.
I did have a housemate who bought one for himself many years ago.
You don't really buy it for other people, do you?
And, well, he wanted me to buy it for him first because I bought it for a housemate vibrator for a joke.
What is the joke there?
But now whenever she uses it, she's thinking of me.
In retrospect,
Yeah.
do you think that's sort of Russell Brandy?
Oh no, because it was more like a put her off sort of. This is funny, poor her, rather than I'm gonna stick it in you.
No. I don't think it was.
I'll pay your rent if you do.
I don't think it was the element of you. I didn't think you were physically going to put it in there, mate. I was thinking of just the image of you buying a woman who you weren't in a relationship with a sex toy, so that she thought about you when she used it.
But now whenever she uses it, she's thinking of me. Well, at work for National Men's Day, 2 people went shopping to buy stuff to hand out to men.
Who went shopping?
Someone from recruiting,
Male or female?
a female.
Well, it's more efficient, isn't it?
And also another one, someone else from HR to kind of keep her in. Actually, no, also from recruitment.
That'll be a woman.
Formerly HR, now recruitment. Yeah, again, yeah.
Yeah.
To keep her in check. So I went to a shop and initially just picked up loads and loads and loads of pairs of boxer shorts.
Oh, God.
So I did point out when I got back, like, I didn't do that, but if I had gone around like on National Women's Day, bought a full of thong, I'd get an HR in seconds.
That's not.
They then went to go and buy basically cans of deodorant and shower gel, which is nice. But also saying you guys all stink.
That's the little side present you get at Christmas anyway. Isn't
So
it?
instead, I went down and I bought loads of petted socks, which is basically it's like it's underwear.
All men have legs
without the sexual element.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it'd be like, but
if you can't buy a man socks and it not be sexual, what are you buying your dad on Father's Day?
Socks are a very sexual thing because that's generally what you release into.
Yeah, but is it that it's not that the sock is sexy, is it?
Oh no, it's just
the sock isn't sexual in and of itself. You don't walk in and see a sock and go. Oh, I mean, maybe it's Pavlovian conditioning.
Well, maybe you've got like socks with a sexy picture on them.
Right, you're jerking off to the sock.
Well, maybe you can hold it in your hand and look at the sock, and then when you're finished,
but don't you need the sock to fit? Like that's the whole point. If you're looking at the sock and then you finish and then what?
I mean, your head can move and you can move your eye. You can still like look down and you hold. I
just think that's disgusting.
And I mean, I'm not saying we ever.
You were the one that said
that you have done that.
What sexy socks do you have?
What don't I have? Well, I mean, no. I was saying, like when you're a kid and
I don't think I do.
You get those pens which when you move,
right?
The bikini falls off.
That ran through my mind. Did you ever to one of those pens?
I probably have done. I don't know when I was like at primary school or something. I don't think I've ever done it.
Dude.
No,
that's weird.
Oh yeah,
Wouldn't matter, would it? It's the pen itself. The pen itself is the sexy thing now.
The phallic object of a pen.
Do you know an influencer called Amarath or something like that?
Is that the one who
I
bathwater girl and all that?
I don't know, right? But I figured I would ask you, and your reaction of not being sure makes me sure that you know who that person is, right? Some sort of influencer.
I know who she is
has
because Leon accused me of buying her bathwater when telling everyone that I bought her bathwater.
That was Belle Delphine, wasn't it?
No, Amber as well, I think.
I'd heard the rumor about you and Belle Delphine.
But she's one who's done with yeast beer.
Yeah, this is the thing. Yeah. It was in the news. So Bong. She started selling a beer, or I don't know. She's put a name to it, not just her name, using her vaginal yeast. Would you drink that?
Probably. It's a one-off. Surely she should make like bread or something.
It's just a bit weird.
Because that bread you can have it with your family and it's all more wholesome.
That's better, is it? Oh, it's a wholesome use of vaginal yeast.
It's
everyone tuck in.
They say that like when if you kill an animal, you should be able to use or eat every part of it.
Right.
Same with other things. If you've got bodily functions.
If you kill a woman, you should...
not killing her, but if you've got functions you can utilise.
Right, so you're going to drink your own piss.
And like yeast costs money. If you go buy a sachet of yeast, it's like 12p or something.
It's been so long since I bought yeast.
And yeast doesn't go on treat. If you need it to make your own bread.
Yeah, but I just buy bread. I'm not a wanker.
I mean,
when did you last buy yeast?
It's been a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I've not done it in the past, like say 10 years.
Price is pretty gone up.
Also, that's when I last had coconut water, light water. Combine it's fucking shit.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant. No. It's not a pleasant drink.
I had it in the fridge for like a couple of weeks with a sign saying "Please drink me," like Alice in Wonderland.
Do you think that's probably why it had gone off or something?
No, well, put it in there afterwards, and no one wanted it, and it was a house with people who would steal your drinks.
I don't know. Put the coconut water. I think I've had once when I needed a drink from Poundland, and there was only
coconut water.
Yeah, it was like last Christmas, just coconut water.
But it made your bathing very decadent, and you just went a coconut, and you were very slippery for quite a while after.
No one could get a hand on me.
No, it was good that you played them up by coming to work with no clothes. Well, you had pants on because you're not a monster, and just sliding on everything. And stuff wasn't a slip and slide, but you made it a slip and slide.
As much as the coconut water in Poundland is shit, I will tell you this: the soundtrack at Christmas.
Oh yeah, like usually
I haven't been in. Has it started yet?
Yeah.
Get some.
I heard it yesterday. And usually, you hear Christmas songs. Oh no, not last Christmas. Not all that. We know it's Christmas.
They play the good ones.
It's not going to snow because it's African summer. But then we always play Badly Drawn by Silent Sigh. And that's a Christmas song I don't mind hearing all through the year. Because it's got bells in it. That's why I class it as a Christmas song.
My favourite one they play is the Coldplay one. Not Last Christmas. That's Wham. Christmas Lights. That's a banger. What I like in there is they have the little voices on the tills.
Yeah.
They have like Father Christmas. Ho. And I remember like you go in there, it's on page, and Father Christmas, you turn, and it's some like family having to put toys back because Father Christmas has declined their card. Ho ho ho! Payment declined.
I've heard that.
It's pretty depressing, isn't it, to be declined in Poundland, and then at Christmas. You want to do the answers for last week's Songs of Phrase?
I'm going to say, well done, Alex Scarbeck. You got it right.
Which, if you remember, it sounded like this.
Welcome to episode 213.
The answers were obviously... Oh, yeah, obviously it was on the TikTok. The answers are Welcome to the Jungle. Guns N' Roses with Nothing But a G Thing.
By Warren
Thang.
Nate Dogg.
Yeah. And Dre and Snoop.
Yeah, all those guys.
All the boys.
Yeah.
All the boys. Then we had Still Dre. What a Man.
My Good Man. Salt and Pepper.
Yeah. Plus, there was some other group. Actually, Salt and Pepper were listed second. Yeah.
That shit real good.
And the last one, I completely forgot. Is it Number by A?
Number one by A. It's the word number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one by A. And this is this week's, and it's I Was a Child, I Liked It. And there's only 3 songs for this one. So if you've got any musical sense, you'll be able to know what 2 of those are, probably just by hearing the phrase, I was a child, I liked it. And that'll be on the TikTok, which is...
Chew the Cud Pod.
Cast.
Yeah,
you're the TikTok account guy. What a headline, one-legged crime boss arrested after 5 years on the run.
Oh, hop.
Yeah. Another one, man whose penis and testicles were bitten off and eaten by his bulldog was alone in the room with the animal and had peanut butter on his groin.
Accidents happen.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That was the thing. A lot of the comments, this was a Daily Mail article, and a lot of the comments were sort of like, well...
Is he racist?
He's obvious. No, he's a white guy.
Oh, that's right then. He'll do that.
Well, he's Scottish, so I assume...
Ooh.
I assume that's white.
It depends.
What are the odds that he's going to be a black Scottish man?
From a Daily Mail point of view.
Oh, listen to me.
Pretty much.
The 15th Doctor is a black Scottish man. Ncuti Gatwa.
Ncuti Gatwa?
Ncuti Gatwa, star of Sex Education, and apparently was in the Barbie movie.
Yeah, he was,
which you've seen. Did I also see that you've seen the film Trolls recently?
Yeah, it was magnificent.
What was the film Trolls?
It's called Trolls Band. Is it Band Together? Yeah, Trolls.
Don't ask me, mate.
Trolls Band Together. And it's a boy band who are all brothers who are also trolls.
Yeah.
Like we usually like fancy hair and that. Played by
is this
Justin
the first film?
No, this is the third, I think.
And have you seen the first 2?
No.
Okay, so you're going into this
going in blind, but
what's happening in your morning? I assume this was a morning.
No. I just finished work.
Okay, evening.
To do.
Yeah.
Actually, that was the film I watched when I felt ill next that night. So maybe that's what caused it. No, I loved it.
Okay.
It had like music and dance.
How many people were in the cinema when you saw Trolls Dance Together?
When I went in, it was just me. Then 2 girls came in and sat just behind me.
How old?
They had beer, so probably.
Was that beer that you bought them because they couldn't get it in the shop?
They bought beer in themselves.
Yeah, that was nice then. How long was the film?
About an hour and a half.
It's good length.
That's all right.
Have you seen Killers of Flower Moon?
I have seen that as well, yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. Any good?
It's very good. I'd imagine if you started watching it at 7:30,
yeah,
it'll be terrible. She'll be like wanting to go home by, like 3 hours in.
How long is this film?
3.5, almost 4 hours.
Okay, right.
And then if you start at 6:30, I think that's the ideal time. Don't start any later than 6:30 is my advice.
Okay.
But it's a good film with De Niro and famous fellow birthday day man DiCaprio.
Is it DiCaprio's birthday today?
As well.
Wow.
This is Jonathan Ross's.
Yeah.
And other people. Yeah.
Do you know Jonathan Ross's brother Paul
Danny
Ross?
DeVito. I know of him.
Do you know that
He used to be a Big Brother quite a lot.
Yeah, but do you know he also had a spiraling drug addiction that meant he was sleeping with men for money?
It vaguely rings a bell.
Yeah, and that all just got brushed over, and now he's on Talk Sport.
Wow, that's a good step for him.
No, I just wanted. I mean, that was a long film.
He used to do like the Dad's Doorstep challenging after Danny Baker. I think he did it as well.
I don't remember that. I remember it being Shane Ritchie.
Or maybe I think on the Big Breakfast he used to go door to door. So like Checkers did it first. And I think Paul Ross Checkers
plays pop.
Get his cock out in the jungle.
Yeah.
That was Brave TV.
That was the is that naked jungle? Yeah.
I remember watching that one as it happened.
Yeah.
We all crowded around a mate's like 14-inch TV in his like uni bedroom.
All jerking off.
Then after that we watched, I think it was Snatch.
Right.
But it was a TV version of Snatch. Like TV
What's
series.
the difference?
It was a TV series, but I can't find it anymore.
A TV series of Snatch.
Yeah. Or perhaps Lockstock. No, I think it would be Lockstock.
Think was Killers of the Flower Moon too long?
It was too long, but it's a very good film.
Do you think it could have been cut anywhere? Because I think films tend to be longer now.
There were lots of like this panning scenes of like flatland, mudland, and that. Maybe just cut out some of.
I'm no good with long films. I thought maybe because you're a bit of a cinephile, so you cut from that film.
I've got an idea of a theory that if to win an award,
yeah,
in the cinema, you has to be under an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at a push.
Right.
If a film is 3 hours or more, they have to charge double the ticket price to put people off making those films. People won't watch them.
But they're good films.
Not for cinema.
Would you cut anything from like Interstellar?
Yeah.
Would you cut anything from Godfather Part 2? Or no, because that's in 2 parts. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I
That's
they've
probably
done that
fine.
already and they've reshot it.
What about Chad Griffin's meant to be watching not Interstellar, Oppenheimer, and I said watch it in 2 parts.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to watch it in like 6 parts. Do you think that was too long?
Yeah.
I think there was probably a lot of stuff I could cut from that
And they
one.
need more joy as well.
What about? I don't know.
Napoleon's meant to be 2.5 hours long, which I think is
That's not bad. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
But again, 2.5 hours is.
The Daily Mail was running a fact-checking thing.
Oh yeah.
And apparently
Ironic.
he never led a horse charge. He never fired cannonballs at the pyramids.
But does it look cool?
Yeah.
Then I'm fine with
Marie
that.
Antoinette had short hair, not long hair.
Well, only because of the head
Well,
cutting thing.
that's way.
What about like Schindler's List? You see that was too long?
I've never seen it because I haven't.
Okay, it's about.
I know what it's about. It's about.
No, it's about 2.5 hours.
Lift.
You see that Schindler's List was too long?
The film Schindler's List is too long. Yeah.
Nearly. Nearly.
I found that when you repeated it.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to. There was a little trap I was laying down there. I thought that might be fun to try and catch you. While we're recording, obviously I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. There's a new mini episode of Doctor Who coming out on Children in Need.
Oh fuck
James.
that.
That's why would you be so aggressive about?
My birthday,
Yeah.
17th of November, so it's the middle of November in the month.
Yeah.
It's also probably the day where, like, it's 9 months roughly after, or just after 14th of February.
Right.
The most
Oh, you're a
romantic
Valentine's
day.
baby.
Well, I think I'm more of a baby born out of duty. So like,
Oh, yeah.
Valentine's Day's pretty been and gone. We should really, do
Right.
it. Or
Why?
Maybe just because that's what you do on Valentine's Day.
So your mum is having sex with your dad whether she liked it or not. Is
No.
what you're
I
saying.
think they're very
they're both super
very
keen to get it
essential.
over with.
But it's
They're
like,
both very
we
sensual.
might as well do it now. You know, we
Right.
done it a few days ago.
Yeah.
But it's surprising that when you look, like, I would have thought November babies weren't really like a popular breed. But
Yeah.
it's one of the most kind of packed months of.
But you would think it would be because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you would have thought so. But again,
That's when you're supposed to.
baby, you want to have a baby in the summer, not like in the winter.
But so is November not a popular time for babies?
Oh, it is. It's a very popular time.
But that makes sense because that's what
No,
I
it
would
does.
have thought.
In hindsight, it makes a lot of sense. But I lacked that hindsight.
So I
for a
imagine it's
while.
probably more around conceived around Christmas.
Probably, yeah. So like September time when you have your baby's popping out.
Christmas is in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Months later.
The next year. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
obviously
thinking
not.
of like.
You know, not fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really thought I'm an October baby, so that's it. January. I mean, I might be new. I was
You're
probably
probably
premature.
born out of boredom. So it's January, it's a cold night. Let's warm up my dick.
I mean, if well, yeah. I mean, if anything, it would probably. So, children in need. Why?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
my,
nice.
My birthday.
You get to share it with a good cause.
And it sort of annoys me. I want to go out and get drunk. And I've got my birthday money and that.
Yeah.
I don't be guilted into giving it to like some charity man.
You've had to give, but
so no. I mean, on my 21st,
Yeah.
Friday night, I went out to the rock show at Brixton Academy,
right.
with a rock band.
Who was on the stage?
Embrace. Support was a band called Morgan, who was a fellow who had a keyboard, who was very good.
Right. Yeah.
And then the other support was rotund comedian Johnny Vegas.
Oh,
He was very funny. Now he's stopped drinking. He's like so ideal.
you're a fan. You're a big fan of Johnny
fan.
Vegas.
But he was on stage like doing like some stand up.
Yeah.
He didn't really suit kind of like music sort of gigs, and it was going down quite badly. So he ended up stripping off all his clothes and fighting people on stage in his pants.
I can't imagine ever paying to go see Johnny Vegas.
It's children in need, back to that.
Oh yeah, back to children in need. You hate children.
I hate children in need, and this person came up to me and goes, "Oh yeah, do you want give some money to children in need?" I was like, in my head, no.
Yeah,
My
but you
birthday,
said yeah.
my money. So I vocalised it by saying, "Fuck children in need."
Right.
When he went, "Well, you can't do that."
Yeah. It's the last thing they want, isn't it?
In hindsight, again, yeah. When I say fuck them, I didn't mean it like as in a sexual way. I meant screw them. I mean, no, not screw them.
Yeah, yeah.
That's also
It's the problem is, isn't it? The
kind of,
ambiguity.
I wanted them just to be painted like a dark room so I can't see them. Fuck children in a sexual way. Screw them. I wanted them just to be painted like a dark room so I can see them.
Hello, listeners. Wanted to say I've just edited that last bit. Obviously, it's not true. To the best of my knowledge, James doesn't do those things. So, have some perspective. It's just a bit of fun.
Any other time of the year, I'm fine with it.
Is there a hole in that?
Any other? I'll have it during a month. Maybe like the 10th of June or something.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. But my birthday's my birthday.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito.
Quite aggressive to then say you don't, fuck children in need. I mean, did you give the money to the guy?
No.
Then what's the problem?
He asked me. He tried to guilt me.
On the day.
And then if I
on
wanted-
the day.
And then if I
On the day.
Yeah, and then if I
In
say,
the evening.
say I wanted to going out for drinks with like my friends or people who are tricking to going out drinking
Yeah.
with me. I don't want someone to come around with a bucket to my table, demanding money.
Because you look tight.
Because
Oh, look at
Do it
James.
the
He's
other
not
day.
giving money to charity. He hates children.
It's my day today. If we did it like tomorrow, day before.
But they do
I'd be
the
fine with that.
whole build up either side of it, and and then
He actually asked in Greg's if I like to pay £1. And I said no.
yeah, you're angry about it.
Chuckled, but I didn't say
You chuckled. You laughed.
Yeah, I
no.
after what I said in the past, it was for the same charity.
Do you ever round up when you purchase? Do you get an option to give to charity?
No,
I don't.
because I don't trust the shops. It's basically a tax write-off, isn't it?
I don't. I just also think no.
That's the thing
I'm
that's
not.
really the comic relief from that is you'll have Tom Cruise, multi-billionaire Tom Cruise asking kind of poor people who are like living in a blanket to like donate half their money for a week when he could just do it himself.
What people who? Sorry, in that scenario, Tom Cruise.
So
he's asking people,
rich people
in a blanket.
Rich people will go on TV. You can say, "Well, you can do this. You can do his money," but they can just do it themselves, and they're pressuring people who can ill afford it.
They're not. They're not trying to. When they go out to like Africa and that, Ed Sheeran's not over there with a bucket trying to get them.
No,
to pay.
but then he's he's doing that so you pay it, so he could pay it. Let's say he's got 10 Mars bars. You've got 1 Mars bar.
Okay.
I want a Mars bar.
Yeah.
He could just give me a Mars bar. And it's no impact to him.
I imagine he probably does give the Mars bar. But instead,
he's telling you to give me your Mars bar.
But do you not think they do probably give money?
No.
Well, then that's a sad little cynical view of the world, and I can tell that you're an angry little man.
But just use it to get publicity.
Well, yeah, that's the trade-off, isn't it?
Bloke.
Lenny Henry was nothing, but you see him on Children in Need, and suddenly he's got the job selling hotel rooms.
No, I mean, he's done a good job, though.
Yeah, he's a boy done good.
Because he married who he did.
Who was that?
He deserves everything.
Dawn French.
Dawn French.
Do you not like Dawn French?
It was a brave move.
What was brave about marrying Dawn French?
I don't really know.
Go on, let's ride this through, man. Why do you hate Dawn French? Is it because she's a big lady?
No, I just
she was.
I think Lenny Henry
she's not anymore.
Could have got anyone he wanted.
You've hurt your tattoo.
Yeah, I'm just going to touch it and it hurts.
Don't touch yourself then.
Got your name on my erect penis. Which must be short for.
Yeah, it must be only J. Lenny Henry played the first black Doctor Who in a Children in Need.
Did he?
Sketch, and he looks eerily similar, not because he's black, but because of how he's dressed, to the new 15th Doctor that's coming. So, Lenny Dawn. I don't.
Is that why you're sitting in your Doctor Who costume?
Yeah,
You've got,
yeah.
like 4 scarves on.
I wouldn't have.
You literally got a little mini TARDIS, which you're somehow trying to stuff full of food.
Only one Doctor really had a scarf. That's the 4th Doctor.
Is that Tom Baker?
That's Tom Baker. Yeah, well done, mate.
I know that.
Get on.
Is he the 4th Doctor?
Well, he is, and canonically he is the 4th Doctor. But then the last it does. This isn't interesting. I'll save this for the bonus features. All right. Well, I think then that's sort of it. I guess this has been episode 214.
What a number!
There it is. And happy birthday again, James.
Thank you very much. I was going to try and get a tattoo of what a number somewhere on my body. And I thought, actually, no, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool, but it would also be like...
Try and explain it to him as well. Wow.
Well, I mean...
X's most popular podcast.
I think we're probably up there.
Yeah.
With X, doing all right. Not doing, Chud Griffin numbers, but we're getting there, aren't we?
But we're not YouTubers. So.
Yeah, we're not YouTubers. And we'll shout out for Chud Griffin, though. If you Google Chud Griffin... a podcast about transitioning. He's on that. It's excellent.
It's a very brave podcast today as well.
Really brave.
Very brave.
Really
to
brave.
say what he said. And to be so anti it as well. I was
Yeah.
quite surprised of how anti he is of any sort of...
He was really into Harry Potter. You know,
Yeah.
so that's kind of...
Yeah.
He always said like Harry Potter had rubbed off on him.
Didn't he used to write erotic fan fiction about Harry Potter? And that was his initial...
It didn't start out
YouTube
as
channel.
erotic fan fiction,
No,
but he
half
just
that
has a
5
very
minutes.
sensual way of writing.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fanny.
The Goblet of Fanny.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the Harry Potter segment. Thank you for listening. This has been episode 214.
What a number.
Again, here's the songs of phrase to play you out. Cheers.
Goodbye.
That was Jim and James Chew the Cud, a Curson Media production. Produced by Glenn Lopez. Music by Smartle Jennings.
I quite enjoyed it.
Bye. See you later. Bye.